Yeah, look, fuck you, Jay. What the fuck is this? you bought Kirkby's armor and then you tainted it with this garbage.
Just trash. Just yuck.
Cringe.
Let's go!
Oh,
My time. My time.
fucking eating my words.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, look. Oh, I can't wait for Alex to find out, actually. Holy shit, he was also talking so much smack. It's like, this is the worst list I've seen. It's so fucking good. Oh, he's here. It's first place. It's, man, that was, you worked very hard for this. How you feeling, Jay?
Good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a bit, refreshed now that I've proven to the crowds, the best in the nation, the Noobs channel, wrong.
Ooh.
Yeah, we've never been wrong before. You finally
No. We are fallible now. We have learned that we can be incorrect.
So the next list review, you guys are gonna look for the shittest list and be like, this one's gonna win.
Yeah, this is it.
This is gonna win.
Now I have to support the shittest list every time.
Oh, you got a Red Alliance? Clearly you're gonna win.
Clearly, that's it.
What do you mean you had Gandalf the White?
Could have been good.
Oh, it was close. There was 2 Gandalf the Whites that came pretty fucking close.
Clutch. You love to see it.
Hell
Big up
yeah.
Nick Franklin. But hey, welcome back to Noobs. For anyone who doesn't realize where the fuck they are, we're having a quick yarn about Tabletop Con. We're going to go over a couple of lists, I believe, and as heard, we done gone goofed. We made a mistake. But you ready for this shit? Unlike a certain Into the Worst, when we make a mistake, we'll own up to it. And here we are owning up to it.
Oh, boys. Yeah, so as you know, in our last list review was about Tabletop Con, which is a tournament that I was running. We had a look at all the lists, and there was one that stood out to be just a little fucking weird, just a little fucking goofy, and we all goofed on it. Everyone did. And then Jay went and proved us wrong.
Yeah, look at that smile. Wrong. Look at that face.
It's good. It's good. I'm just enjoying this moment, really.
Yeah, honestly, very, very fair. Because for those of you that have forgotten what Jay ran to this event,
it was pure awesomeness.
I'll share that now. That was this.
I jumped into the soup kitchen, mate.
Arnold, Misty
Dude was
Mountains garbage.
Up. Man cooked up a storm.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
still argue that this list is trash. This list is bad, but you played it well. You played it incredibly well.
Bring my bloody trophy. That's the only thing I forgot.
Oh, where's the fucking big old Sauron, man? Oh,
Gorgeous trophy. Shout out Bard's Table. Absolutely,
big time.
Absolutely massive.
of the Australian SPG community. Thank you guys for everything you do.
Absolutely.
Not a sponsor of us, just something we really like. But a sponsor of Liam's tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, and many other tournaments. They are top blokes. They did a fantastic work.
Amazing
Absolute
work.
kings. Liam, do you want to just quickly remind everyone about Tabletop Con?
Yeah,
Points, blah blah blah, and yeah.
Yeah, we had it was an 800 point tournament. There was 5 games over 2 days, and it was using the veto system. I rolled up a bunch of scenarios, and they got vetoed. It wasn't, pool based. That's the word I want. Thank you. It was just random roll. It definitely was made it interesting because we had almost all the Maelstrom scenarios very quickly. And then everything else kind of fell into place from there. I know we had contest appear once. We had recon appear. I rolled on the very last round. I rolled fucking storm the camp, and I'm like, I'm not having it. I'm not fucking having that goddamn scenario in my goddamn tournament. I hate it so much. It's just boring. There's nothing super wrong with the scenario. It's boring. It always results in like fucking draws or like 2-1 or
Yeah, fair.
garbage. I
Yeah.
hate it.
It's good for fucking around with the placings in the tournament themselves. Just watching
Yeah.
that one round
Yeah.
where 50% of the participants are drawing their games, and you're like,
There was
well,
actually a huge amount of draws.
I
I
love
was
that.
surprised at how many draws. I think there was a good like probably 5 or 6 draws throughout the tournament, which like is it's not statistically likely. Really.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Statistically.
Man, my favorite though, a complete side note. Big shout out to Reese for taking all of those bomb teams and rolling Contest of Champions and blowing up everyone in the first turn. It was perfect. Another shout out to Reese for having also one of the least likely outcomes in any tournament setting ever of Reese being the only one left on the table at the end of the game and still winning the game because he's tabled his opponent, but losing on VPs, but it still counts as a win despite having less VPs.
Yeah, it's a wild thing that pops up in this game. I've never seen or heard of it happening, but it's this mystical
finally
thing that I
happened.
want to see happen, and it happens. So
I was
how
so
did that happen?
excited.
How the fuck did that happen?
It was a
Bomb
bit
teams.
yeah.
Bomb teams.
There was-
Surprise.
There was a bit of help from his opponent as well. Shout out to Evan. Him and Evan were playing. Evan also had like no model count. Azog came in. It was Lords of Battle. He got like 6 or 7 wounds with Azog, and then he was like, "Oh, what if I just put Azog here with the rest of my army? Oh, everyone exploded. Sick. Game over." It's like he technically had more wounds, and like there was also like leader VPs and all that kind of stuff.
That's
and,
fucking insane.
It was mental. It was yeah. But yeah, I think it was like 5-4 to Evan's way, but because Evan got tabled,
It's incredible.
he just lost the game.
That's
That's-
great.
Sensational. Big up my man Reese for his. How many bomb teams did he end up running again?
He had 4, maybe
Yeah, that's
6.
so good.
It might have been
That's
6.
so
Yeah, I thought it was 6.
I think it was
More
6.
than 2.
It was definitely more than 2.
Were they the ones that he printed with my head?
I wish they were. He did bring those though, and Jay did win a little Sean bomb.
Yeah, nice. Hell yeah.
But yeah, that was a beautiful. Yeah, so let's reel it back though a little bit. Let's talk about 5th. So this is 5th place. This is Ben. Ben's Serpent Horde. I was surprised he managed to sneak 5th out of this. He did really. It was 3 wins, a draw, and a loss to sneak him into 5th. And he won. It was strength of schedule over Maddie, who also had 3 wins, a draw, and a loss.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
But honestly, it was actually like a super like tight middle pack there, because I think down to 11th was all 3 wins. It was the draw that snuck them over. So yeah, no, that was really spicy to come in.
This was another list that we,
Shit
or
on.
Alex, kind of shat on a little bit.
Just a bit.
Just a little bit. Like,
And
'cause
hey-
it is, and I think it is justified. Like, it's not often you look at 15 watches of Kana, if not more,
I think
like
it's
a
a lot.
boatload of watches of Kana with bows. Like
Yeah.
most people are thinking, and like myself included, you want to take those watches of Kana with, the 2 attacks to get the most out of them. Are you really going to be out there winning shooting battles with?
I do
it's-
wonder if he might have placed a little higher if he had more bows by taking regular Harad Bowman.
True.
But
Yeah.
But,
Look, I
yeah.
think statistically speaking, though, the watches hit on 3s. Yeah.
yeah,
3s versus the 4s, like that's a big shift, and then you kind of go more bows for more dice on a worse to hit roll. Yet if you take
Yeah.
more quality over the quantity, like it's that debate then and
Yeah.
there. And obviously,
Yeah,
like, it's done
absolutely.
well. You're banking on the fact of how can I deploy? How can I get the most out of my shooting? Because
Yeah.
I'm hitting on 3 pluses or 4 pluses, and then rerolling all my wounds as well. So
Yeah.
obviously he's done well with the betrayer
Yeah.
and using the betrayer to really get as much benefit of his poison rerolls as he can.
And like with the riders as well, like the betrayer coming in after the fact, after all the shooting's gone through and cleaned up, then you get the betrayer in with the riders to get the +1s on the war spear as well, which is the re-rolls as well. Oh, huge.
Yep.
Yeah.
And obviously, shooting with evil is 10 times better than shooting with good. You still have the ability to shoot into combat. So if you can hit on those 3 pluses to stop any of those heroic combats happening, you're feeling not too shabby. So look, this is obviously the right play for Ben. Suits his
his play style.
Suits his play style.
Suits his play style for sure.
And we can't knock, what was it, 3 wins, a draw, and a loss? Like
No,
you can't knock that at all. That is a solid run. And 5th place, like, did I expect us to hit 5th place? No, but Ben is an incredible player, so like, big ups to him. And that's something we probably don't look at with our lists a lot, is the strength of the player.
It helps that he also found out the night before the tournament that Rouser has Bane of Kings.
Bane of Kings.
Oh,
Ben's such an amazing player. He's played his ass off with this list. Doesn't know his rules.
Bro, that's
my man.
He was playing Rouser for like 6 months, and he was like, "Oh fuck, this model's so shit. Oh god, I hate him."
with
And
the
we're
Bane
like,
of Kings.
playing a little shitty little. Let's throw some heroes together. He's like, "Oh, Rouser's got Bane of Kings, by the way," and he's like, "What?"
Incredible.
But yeah, no,
happens to the best of us.
Yeah, he did well. And then we move on to the defenders of the Shire, Sean Kirkby.
Big Kirkos. Bringing out the Hobbits again. But he's stopped playing Hobbits for a little bit there, hasn't he?
He stopped for like 2 tournaments, and he was like, "Fuck, I need to play Hobbits again."
Because he was running Dwarves for a while. I remember versing him with Dwarves, and I was
played
like,
a couple of
this
Dwarves.
is not the Kirkby that I know.
Played his Arnor. He's playing Blackguard soon. That'll be fun.
Oh, okay.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, in before.
I'm gonna stop and put the Hobbits away.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Now, just to note with this list as well, the Battling
this
Brandy
did get
Bucks
changed.
for the Baldo and Will Whitford, they were not played as Battling Brandy Bucks.
Yeah.
He played points down.
I actually believe he did.
I'm
He
glad.
ended up switching all of the Battling Brandy Bucks into Mary's Warband. The archers ended up getting spread out.
Oh, okay, that works. What's he got for it?
He's got,
look, he would've played
and then he played a
maybe
couple of points
4
down.
points down or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or he added an extra bowman, I think, in the end. But anyway,
Yeah.
regardless, it was minimal.
It was
change.
legal. It was legal.
It was a legal list in the end.
Yeah.
We made sure it was a legal list in the end.
I remember as soon as we finished filming the previous video with Alex, where we went, hang on a fucking second, he's cheated. Straight into the Noobs chat. Dude got a bit of a rinsing. Everything got changed. But
it was funny. But
look,
yeah,
Kirkby with Hobbits, is always going to do well. He won, the 1,000-point Australian G-Dub championships with Hobbits. So if Kirkby's got Hobbits, he's going to do well.
Yeah, and he went 4-1, quite well. I think his loss was really early. I think it might have been his first or second game. So he kind of submarined a little bit into that, which was good. Second game he lost. So yeah, kind of got to submarine a little bit. So he came back up into 4th place. It's quite nice for him.
Yeah. Hey, look, if you're going to lose a game or if you're gonna go for a small win, round two is where you want it.
The problem with that submarine is that our tiebreaker was strength of schedule, and so because of the tiebreaker strength of schedule, he was versing slightly lower ranked players.
Then you just gotta do fucking better.
Yeah, that does end up with him coming 4th instead of 3rd or 2nd.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah,
the strength of schedule was from me. I versed all of them.
yeah.
It was me.
Yeah, everyone's strength of schedule came from 1st place.
God.
But yeah, speaking of, this was your last round opponent, old Danny G.
Hell yeah.
Mate, that was a fun, intense game to watch.
Oh man.
How'd you feel about this one, mate?
This was good. This was definitely a really bittersweet scenario in the sense of, like, I was really happy because Danny finally got the top tables, but it was also, bitter in the sense of, well, one of us are going to go down. And the way the ranking and everything was placed, I was really nervous that one of us would shoot past, fifth. So, you can get knocked down quite a number of places, which obviously it didn't end up happening, which was, I'm so happy for, because he played so well. But I know all of his tricks. I know what Grima does. I know what Saruman does. Danny made a few mistakes throughout the game that I managed to capitalize on, and really put the pressure on him early in our final game. We played for top tables in the last round, just in case we didn't clarify that. And it was just a case of I basically would put Guahir over and just hold. I didn't actually care if Guahir kills, because the bird never kills when you want it to, but he held and held and held, and that managed to kind of push off the Gorov Ugluk warband whilst I dealt with the rest of the rubbish. And it was divide and conquer. So my army needs to get to where it wants to be and sit. And I blew 2 marches and just got straight into the middle as quickly as I can. Whereas Danny's march was more spread, and he made a deployment error as well. So again, mistakes, I capitalized on it and just managed to hold out to the very, very end. But even at the very end, it still came down to a 2-point win, because he had both objectives. I should have moved a couple of my Arnor warriors who were holding Grima in the corner down 1 turn earlier, so I could have contested the middle objective and used Galadriel's compels to pull guys off. But that's hindsight stuff, you know what I mean? Like,
big time.
we literally were playing to time at that game, and there was no clear, I've got this, or he's got this, like it was so back and forth the whole time.
No, it was a really
which was
tough
great.
game to
Like,
watch.
what a great final game.
Yeah, those are the games that you love to play, especially against like good mates. One that I always remember is that game, me and Liam up in Gladstone, Gondor versus the Pajama Party Elves, and it was so tight. It looked like I was going to win it early on, and then Liam comes out with this really clutch, Eldegar Madrigal, and then it's
like the only one I got off as well.
Yeah, the only one that goes off. And then from then on, it's me trying to go after it, but I was on his heels the entire game. It was so close. We were millimeter measuring. And I love that shit, especially against good mates. Like they're the kind of games you want. The question is though, Jay, did you and Danny get really fucking delusional and start singing songs like me and Liam do?
No, honestly, the first like 15 minutes of the game, we were silent. Like, we were just trying so hard to make sure that we didn't mess up. And I made a really clutch play where I managed to get one of Danny's crossbows, sentineled it over to then be within 6 inches of Arvidui. Arvidui could then get in with a mate, combat off, and then get into Saruman to take his force away early. That was like turn 3 or 4. So like that all of a sudden kind of just put the gas on the burner. You know what I mean? It was like, you got to start thinking now, bro. I think after that moment, it was just like hang on a second. Like, breathe. It's all good. Let's keep on doing the best we can. Whilst having a bit of a laugh. By no stretch of the measure was anything toxic. Like I'm at Danny's house at the moment. This is where we game. This is where we practice. It's a weekly thing, but it definitely was
no broken friendships.
No,
100%. Like I wanted to give him the best game for the win, and so did he. And we didn't want to make a huge mistake. That's like, oh well, Danny did this. And I capitalized on that, and therefore I won it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of that leaves it. It could have been great, and we made it great because of how tight all those little maneuvers and stuff were. So yeah.
One of my favorite things about this game though was early on I was running around giving everyone out the best sport voting cards, and I was like, I gave one to Jay, gave one to Danny, went to the next table, gave those out, came back. Jay had already handed me his best sport card, and Danny's sitting on the top. And I'm just like, you've not even started the game. It's like 5 minutes in, and you're just like, I know who my best sport is. And it's like, yeah, that's sick. That's great. I love that. It was really good.
Hang on a second.
I'm gonna have to start keeping him up my voting cards. Put him in his villain phase.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, no. What people need to start doing is stop voting for fucking Elias.
Oh, mate.
That dude, man, you could not verse Elias and he'll still get votes. Like you'll still vote for him.
I'm gonna give him Black Riders or AOL.
Yeah, we need to give Elias. Yeah, we need to.
The one time he didn't win it was when he fucking he ran his fucking Kraken. And everyone was like, "Oh, Kraken, Oh, you're using the Kraken with the bat. Oh, okay, I don't like that. And then he's like, that's the villain list. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my fun stuff.
What's bloody great about Alliances, and I kind of just touched on it before, was Queensland GT last year. Like, I allowed people to vote for best sport and whatever outside of games, so you didn't have to verse them to vote for it. Elias, hands down, won that just by just talking to people, just being a good fucking bloke at the social night, just between rounds. People are just like, yeah, Elias.
That Elias, mate.
Or maybe it's because they want to get on Cracker Milk that they vote for him.
I think it is. That's what it is.
It's the million subscriber bias. Oh, amazing. But yeah, look, Danny's list was top notch. Like, there was a reason he was undefeated up until the last round. And like you said, I'm really glad that he did manage to podium.
Jay had to crush his fucking dreams.
Because it was perfect. Incredible.
And
stuff.
hilariously, the trophy.
He broke it.
Yeah, mate, it's a Guai Guai was the guy that took him off.
Yeah, and it's also
Well
one of the models that he also plays the most as well. Which, the one time he doesn't bring Guai, he gets beaten by Guai,
He loses.
wins a Guai.
The irony, man.
Oh, it's real good. Real good. But yeah. And then second place, coming out of left field for me anyway, as I kind of wasn't really paying attention to her games a lot. But Erin coming in for second place here. I believe you also versed Erin J.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Well, so strength of schedule here, perfect. Yeah.
Yes, I did. Yeah, Aaron and I played at the end of round day 1, round 3. We played Hold Ground, which was like, whew, let's hope to God that the drum march, I can prevent as much as possible. So it was nice because I actually managed, because it was Hold Ground and after deployment, I managed to I forget whatever the marching hero is in this list. Erin had actually put the marching hero at the end of her line.
Oh, Guritz.
Yeah, which means that I was able to. I rolled a 6 with my captain's Arbadui's warband, right? And then the great part of that was I basically put Arbadui within 6 inches of Guritz to call the move, so she couldn't march and drum to the center straight away. Which was it just means that if you call the march, or for example, if I call the move and you don't call the move, so it's preventing her from calling the march, which is an extra 3 inches, which to me is colossal.
Yeah.
But it gave me a little bit more of a slowing down the horde.
She's at least got the drum still there, but yeah.
Oh, the drum was crucial.
Yeah.
I was just to remind people, how many models did you have, Jay?
41, 42, 41.
41, yeah.
So she's not quite doubled you. You've got the 41. She's running around with 65 in Hold Ground with
25
a drum,
24.
A drum and the potential to march. As you mentioned, that's fucking terrifying.
I had to stop. I had to stop something somewhere. And honestly, Guai here was pivotal in this game.
He'd have
we
to
were playing
be.
on the Kingdom of Durak. Shout out Conquest Creations. We were playing on the dwarf board, and the way that Liam had set up the terrain is you got the big old dirty mountain thing in the middle, and then a couple of little channeled bricks. I really don't know how you call them,
the fences.
Fences, right? And they were kind of leading out towards the main exit, which is where Erin had pinned most of her orcs to funnel through to get into the center objective, right? Guai here comes screaming forward and basically just plonks himself in the middle of that. And I'm like, you know what? I need 4 turns. I need 4 turns of Guai here to just sit and hold while the rest of my army's
slowly coming
so
out.
hard to get to the middle. And he did it. He was trapped. He was getting smashed. He never rolled a 6, but that's okay. And, he killed a character for me, which was nice to take a bit more might out of the middle. But Guai here definitely held a big flank up. Where in hindsight, I think I actually probably would have put Guai here further towards the middle, so that way my captain Arbadui warband could wrap around and I could start sandwiching her army in there. But look, it paid off. I had a couple of moments in that game where my list is basically strength 3, so it doesn't kill very well, but I do kill her normal orcs on 5s, which is a big deal, right? So, but I killed probably about 6 models in 3 turns whilst winning 80% of fights.
Yeah.
So it was really frustrating. And I was like, okay, what can I do, and how can I basically play with the guarantees rather than this uncertainties, right? So I then basically just funneled in as many guys into the center as I could. I didn't go for as many optimal fights. My characters I got traps on, and then from there, that one turn, I killed 12 guys in the middle.
Ooh.
And I was like,
Nice.
okay, obviously it evened out in the end, which was great. But yeah,
Nice.
it was close. It was close.
Yeah.
She's such a great player. Every time I verse Erin, it's always a really close game. But I've been dodging her all year. You know,
Yeah.
and I finally got to play her.
Yeah, no, that's
Erin,
good.
Erin always ends up in that like topper part of the table, whether it's a podium or
she's a
you know
Very
top
good player.
5.
Consistent,
I'm-
man.
I've never versed Erin, and I'm so mad because I always wanted to verse Erin, especially her spider spam that she used to run.
Oh, that is a fun list. I versed it. It's good fun.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard. Like especially with, I've never really seen so many fucking Mirkwoods, but the way she runs them of just like, I'm just gonna fucking send them around the sides and just shoot down your line.
Yeah,
And
I don't care if I'm hitting on 5s and 6s. I'm
Yeah.
eventually going to do it because she doesn't take like 2 or 3 or 4 like most
There's
people
like
do.
8.
She's like, here's like
It's-
half my fucking army is Mirkwood spiders. And you're like,
Yeah.
ah,
Yeah.
Yep,
I'm
I'm
getting
getting
suddenly-
paralyzed.
Yeah, I versed her at GT last year. Durin was on his ass the entire game. Fucking, I lost like 6 or 7 fucking Hearthguard to random fucking paralyzed shots. I was just like it was mental. I think I managed to eke the win on that one, but it was a really fun game as well. Like, yeah, she's always good to verse.
yeah.
Also, yeah, so that was 3-0. I'm looking at it now for
Yep.
you. Yeah, not a big win there either. But yeah, that's it's good. I like a good close game. That's always fun.
Yeah.
But that's it. Yeah, so that was second. Oh yeah, your first place.
Oh no, it's like
We're
we
back.
didn't spoil it.
Yeah, I know. We basically just started out with straight away.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, look, I mean, okay, like for anyone watching and looking at this list, and even I kind of saw it myself a bit on the day, but I still, how does this list work? Like, what's the play here? You've got your 24 odd D6 boys that I assume just live.
Hang
That's
out.
yeah,
Vibe.
they
Yep.
vibe, and then you've got a handful of the fight 6 to help in with like Arvidui and a captain.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't not a lot of shooting. The Sentinel's really helpful, I assume.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
Wahir.
Yep.
Yeah.
It this list originally started with Guahir, Lothlorien, and Malbeth Arvidui. Galadriel had the bath, so I ran Bird Bath with Arnor, basically. That's what the list was, and that's how it started. The problem is that I found with all my games that I was losing, I lost I had lost maybe 4 models in the games that I lost because of this. What the list does, right?
Yeah,
You know,
it
when he spikes, he spikes. But I said before, like I can't play with like possibilities or probability. I
Yeah.
like to play with certainties. Malbeth is a gamble,
Yeah,
like
big
he's a
time.
good gamble, and theoretically you should get like a third on top of your 24 models, theoretically.
Man.
But if that doesn't happen because your player's got like multiple wounds or something like that, and they stack those odds, then all of a sudden you've got a character with what, 1 might, a couple of will, and 1 fate. Like, Jesus, he's such a really hard. It means that I can't play any fog of war. So
And he can't do anything else other than sit in your
Correct.
back of your line.
Yeah.
He's
Correct.
not going into combat. At most, he can walk in with his staff and stun someone just
Yeah,
for some
at best.
random clutch play that's going to happen once every 45 million games or
I
some
will
shit.
say, it's the problem with me and Malbeth, right? Is the only time I've ever versed Malbeth is Kirkby, and Kirkby's fucking Malbeth
Oh.
rolls are out of this goddamn galaxy. I swear to fucking
Shout
God.
out to that Angmar Arnor video we did
Oh
where
yeah.
Gulliver does 4 wounds to an Arnor warrior. Kirkby saves them.
Oh, for
Eternal-
heroic combat as well.
Yeah.
He was like, Gulliver was like, I'm gonna call a heroic combat if there's 1 fucking Arnor warrior.
A
I'm
turn
gonna
or
save
2
every
later,
single one.
Kirkby saves 3 of the 4 wounds.
It's fucking mental. Okay, my fucking game with him recently as well, which is the last time he took Arnold was fucking polymath, like 16 fucking Arnold saves. Those fucking Malbeth saves, like he literally, like I would have absolutely destroyed his whole army. He only had about 16 models left at the end of the game, but it was just like Malbeth save, Malbeth save. Didn't help that it was Lords of Battle, and he's like, no, fucking Contest of Champions, and fucking every time Thror got a kill, Malbeth save, Malbeth save.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
no, I totally agree with you though. I am the same way though. I would much rather play certainties than fucking see a shadow of a man. I would much
Hang on,
rather
I've got
play
the screen to
certainties.
load. I don't know how. Hang on.
Oh, here he is! In second place. He's come for revenge.
Is that a knife in his hand?
Oh my god!
The friendship
Jay,
is
turn
over.
around! Turn around!
Jay, he's right behind you. But yeah, look, I totally agree. Certainties are always going to be better than.
Yeah.
than
So, like, this list basically, in a really quick nutshell, is a bunch of D6 bodies backed up with good fight. If I need to kill and I'm going against like a Black Numb Morannon line, actually we'll put the elves at the front to then two-hand, and just try and break through the Numenorians with the high courage,
yeah.
from my elves' high courage, right? As quickly as possible. Whilst I've got the threat of Gwaihir, or Gwaihir then gets magicked and then put out of the game, which means the rest of my army doesn't get magicked. Whilst I'm trying to eke out and get as much, purpose from Abadui, and I have got March with Galadriel. Like that Lothlorien contingent, I've literally got so many different lists where I just keep coming back to this. Galadriel, 4 to 6 Guard of the Galadriel Court, a couple of bows, and a sentinel. Like it's a really nice 200 to 220 point contingent that just allies in so nicely. The challenge really is just not to take Gwaihir.
Yeah.
Fucking
You know what
hate
I mean?
that goddamn bird.
He's just genuinely so good, and we've
Pretty
spoken
versatile,
about this
man.
before. He's the best that good has in terms of a monster and a fly. It's all that good has really for that, and it can slot into
Yeah.
nigh on any list and will
Yeah.
do work. Is Squire here amazing? Absolutely not.
No.
The dude's going to, for the most part, hang around with his 2 attacks.
Yeah, that's
But
the other
he's
thing I
D8.
just hate about him. Is just like
And Fight 8.
yeah, the fight eight's nice. It's just like I don't know, like
Massive.
the 150 points. Like I guess in this list, like really, what else do you do? Like maybe you could go, I don't know, like Orphan and some boys, something like that could help.
But then you're just building out your numbers. You've already got 41. You've already got the 41 models. Like, yeah. I think
Another very interesting thing here though is I'll say is of this top 5, all of these are those higher model count armies. There's not a single, like even I think up to maybe 7th is the first time a lower model count army pops up, which is Matt's. Because he only had about 30 odd, 36. So even like this is every other army is above that. Like we had 35 as our average model count. For this tournament, we've got 49, 100, and I think he ended up 102 potentially, 47, 65, 41, all above the average model count were the armies that actually ended up winning the tournament, which is very interesting to me. I was
going to say, I feel like this could be, I don't want to say the beginning of a meta or a meta change, because do we really actually have a meta? Probably not really, but this higher, it's cooking. This higher model count, it's been showing up a fair bit, just in general, really, not just in Queensland, but Victoria, but overseas as well. It's this higher model count that you're starting to see it more and more.
I love a high model count. Like, because I think even 6th place was Maddie. I think she even had 41. And then Matt with I think 36 was the next, which was 7th. But then after that was Matt Hansen, who also had a decent model count, like 36 as well. So like it was like it's that you know, the top 5 are all 40 plus, is clearly something. Clearly something going on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which, yeah, it's very cool. But yeah, I think that'll do us today.
Short, sweet.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
These really, really, really fun and interesting lists. I'm really happy with the spread as well. Like, there's no lists that are the same here at all. Not even tangentially. Like, you've got an orc spam, an absolute monstrous amount of orcs. You've got an absolutely stupid amount of hobbits in a completely different way spam. You've got the strength of Isengard with some really solid magic. You've got, the weird fucking Watcher of Kana bow spam serpent horde. And then you've got whatever the fuck this is. Oh. Yeah, no, thanks, Jay. Thanks for making me look like a fucking idiot.
You're so welcome.
Thank you for making him look like an idiot.
Oh, amazing.
Shit.
All right, boys. We'll hit you up next time. I've got another tournament in like a couple of months. I might do that.
Oh yeah, Bywater. That's right.
That is coming up.
MGG, the Assault on Garden City's coming up in like 2-3 weeks. Is that right?
3 weeks?
Yeah.
My brother,
It's gonna be big. 32 players, man.
What did Garden City Shopping Centre do to you? Unbelievable.
Nothing. The tournament, mate, is called the Garden City.
Bro, that's such a niche reference, and I froth it.
I bet you do.
I froth that kind of shit. Anyway, shout out to Noob Nation. Peace.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Join the Discord. If you have any questions, at Jay, he's not on it.
You'll find him on x.com under
at Arnold
Danny's boy.
At Arnold Enjoyer.
DD, man. Danny's dungeon.
Danny's dungeon. Amazing. Alrighty, lads. Thank you.
Night.
Boy.
It's beautiful.
Thanks for joining us. I'm gonna make hopefully tomorrow make a really dumb intro for that of just like black and white footage.
Do you want me to send you this and you can edit this one then if you've got some fun stuff you wanna? That might be the way to go.
Yeah, might as well actually.
All right, I'm going. I gotta go and play.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. I'll let you guys leave so the video doesn't shit itself.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey. Bro, if that's not the opening
we're gonna
clip,
get some testicles in a second.
if that's not the opening clip, I'll be sad.
Oh god.
Lose his teacher license.
Oh fuck's sake. Alright.
Kirk be nearly losing his teacher's license. Well, not nearly, because I put that clip of a video of him taking a bush pee, and then he was like, "Nah, please take that out." Anyway, we'll leave Jay's phone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, send that to me.
Yeah, we'll do.
Bye.